Hi YouTube, it's your girl Ash, and today I am back with another video. Today's video is a March wrap up. Now I know I said in my January February wrap up slash March book haul that I was going to do wrap ups every 2 months, but that was before my love of the library was reinstated by Borrow-a-thon, and now I'm reading so many new books and so many books from the library that if I was to do wrap ups every 2 months, it would be a very long video, and nobody really wants to sit and down and watch a 20-minute video on a book wrap up. So I'm going back for the most part to once a month. But if I don't read a lot of books that month, then I'll put them in too. But let me start before this video is long. So I had 3 of the 5 books that I read. Let me see. Yes, 3 of the 5 books I read were 5 stars. So this was a good reading month for me. I'm going to do my 5 stars first, and then I'll get to my other one. So I read Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. This is a book that I feel like got caught. It got underhyped because it was caught in the same month around the same time as The Hate You Give, and that got all the publicity, which I'm not saying is a bad thing because they both have powerful messages that need to be known. So I just keep talking about this book, hoping that people will pick it up and more people will review it, and it will get the hype it deserves on BookTube. And it's very short, so it's not like, even though nothing against big books because I love big books myself, but The Hate You Give was close to 500 pages. This is like 3, so it'll be a quick read, and then you can move on to The Hate You Give. Up next is The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith, and this is the story of what happens after the aftermath of a sexual assault. I would say trigger warnings because it does kind of go into the rape that happened. And my last 5 star was Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, and this was my first ever graphic novel I've completed, and it was funny, it was heartbreaking. I have a review for it also if you would like to see, and it is spoiler free. I do not give anything away. Next, I'm going to go to my 3 star, and that was My Heart and Other Black Codes by Jasmine Warga. I initially, as I was reading this book, I got to the halfway point, and I was like, this is going to be a 5 star read. It is so good. I could not put the book down. I just could not. I was like, I'm tired. I need to go to bed, but one more chapter. And then we got to the very end, and something happened, a trope happened that I was not happy about and I did not think was realistic. And I won't spoil it in case you haven't read it and still want to, but it dropped my opinion down of the book drastically. So, my last book and my 2 star read is Unravel Me, Book 2 in the Shatter Me trilogy by Tahar Mafi. I could go on a rant. I'm just going to say this book took me 2 months to finish. The beginning portion of the book draws you in. It's fast paced. You're super excited. You're like, ooh, this is going to go somewhere very good. The middle lags, and I found myself dreading reading this book. I think I read 5 books in the time that it took me to pick this. Like, in the time it took me to read this book, excuse me, I read 5 in between because I was dreading going back to this book. And then when you get to the end, it's fast paced and it draws you in again. But by the time it got to the end, it wasn't enough to save it from the rating I knew, if I was being honest, I had to give. And that was 2. It was my biggest disappointment this month was this book because Shatter Me is one of my favorite books right now. It's probably going to be on my favorites list of this year. It was so fast paced. I read it in 3 days. It was poetic. I just wanted to like wrap myself in Tahar Mafi's words because she just explained like ordinary like trees so beautifully. Like it made, I think at one point in Shadow Me, I was just sitting out of my outside, no, sitting looking out of my window at like nature and thinking about changing my opinion on nature because I'm not one really for it. And this book took all of the poeticness out of it. Um, I feel like not a lot happened for such a big book. I think it's the biggest book in the trilogy, and nothing happened. Literally, it wasn't until you get to about, in my opinion, maybe 400, maybe 400 pages that the book, the war happens, the battle happens, or whatever. This was just so disappointing because it had so much hype from Shadow Me, and now I'm struggling because the end makes me want to rush out. Well, I have it. It makes me want to rush to read Ignite Me, but because of this book, I'm putting Ignite Me off. But let me not rant on this book because if I start to talk about Warner, it's going to be a rant. I don't know how we vilify Christian Grey and glorify Warner. He is the most despicable book character I have ever read, and I wanted to kill him through most of the book. Let me not rant. Let me not rant. Let me not rant. It's just so many people on YouTube are praising Warner, and I don't see where it comes from. And to tally everything up, I read 1,407 pages this month, and that is my March wrap up. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please follow me on all of my social medias. They will be linked in the description down below. If you feel inclined to do so, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, please hit that bell button so you'll be notified when your girl puts up more content. And please share this video. It would be graciously appreciated from the bottom of my heart. And as always, until we meet again,